Have you ever woken up on a Monday morning and said, let's take the hill, let's go, kids, let's make this happen? And you're met with a barrage of excuses and stories. I can't because nobody told me. Boss, I got a hangnail, I need to go home early. My life is hard, don't you understand? In a world where victimhood is so highly rated and people believe that instead of getting a result, a good story comes in kind of handy instead, we have a problem as executives. And this is a common problem. And it's called the more we feed the victimhood paradigm, the more we have a difficult time accomplishing the results we need to accomplish for our organization. But it's a bigger picture than that. It's not just that we're not hitting the metrics because of it, it's that we're not saving the souls. Because if we don't shift humans from being a victim archetype to something where they grow the backbone and they stand tall and they say, I have no idea how to do it, boss, give me a half an hour, I'll have it figured out. If we don't show them how to be strong, how to be powerful, then every element of their life looks the same. And they'll raise little victims who will raise little victims who will raise little victims. This is a ripple effect. Learning how to be someone who says, I can see this as impossible, but that's why you put me on the payroll, boss, so let me at it, I will figure this out, is something that feeds them, it feeds us, it feeds the organization. But as an executive, you're going to have to be a different executive to combat that and move through that. And it's one of the most difficult battles that you'll have in your career as an executive. But it doesn't mean that it's not a battle worth fighting. Decide every day to let your team know that you've got no ears for victimhood, that you are a stand for them being extraordinary, that you expect them to be an extraordinary banker every single day when they walk in that door and feel what it feels like to call home to their spouse and say something like, wow, I was great today, because nobody calls home and says to their significant other, honey, today I performed average. They don't do that. They call home when they kicked some back in and took some names and they had a blast doing it. This is the calling of the executive, to learn how to bring forth from people that they didn't know that they had within them to do. How do you take a part-time teller and make him or her into an extraordinary banker that can go out and command $2 and $3 million checking accounts every single week? Don't tell me it can't be done. I know a couple. Don't tell me that you can't take a young credit analyst and have them become your top lender within 2 years. Don't tell me it can't be done, because I can name some. It takes not only education of the right things, but it also means conquering the spirit and taking people past that little voice in their head that says, I'm not enough. That is the calling of an executive, to take your team through that language to the language of power of, that's why you hired me, boss, let's go. This is what it means to be a top performing executive. This is what it means to be a top 5%er. Learning to be the kind of executive that has no ears for the victimhood, where you're taking a stand for your people to be extraordinary. I want to see you at the Breakthrough Banking Blueprint Conference, where we're going to go through the shift of the mindset and how you as an executive stand strong with grace and love in your heart to take people to a level they never dreamed possible for them. I'll see you there.